The bicameral, or two-house structure of the legislative branch is a distinguishing feature of the American political system. While both chambers, the House and the Senate, must work together to pass legislation, each possesses a good deal of autonomy. For example, each chamber has its own rules for considering legislation. Each chamber also has responsibility for organizing the various committees, and constitutionally, each chamber has unique responsibilities. As we will see, the differences in the structure and the role of the House and the Senate are very important. Structurally, the House and the Senate are distinct. The House is composed of 435 members, each elected for a 2-year term. These 435 seats are divided by the population of each individual state. But each state must have at least one representative. In some states, such as Wyoming, Montana, and Vermont, the population is small enough that the state receives only one representative. On the other end of the spectrum, California, easily the most populous state, has 53 representatives. When a state is entitled to more than one representative, elections are carried out in districts rather than on a state level. Boundary lines are drawn which separate the state into sections with roughly equal population. These sections are known as districts. Each district then votes to select their House representative every 2 years. Because of the frequency of elections, the proportional representation, and the accountability of each House representative to their specific district, the House of Representatives is the most democratic component of the federal government. Senators serve 6-year terms and are elected by their state as a whole, with each state receiving 2 senators. Senate terms are staggered, meaning that 1/3 of the Senate seats are open for election every 2 years. Since no state elects both senators during the same election cycle, the Senate provides a measure of political stability. Even during an election cycle with high turnover in the House of Representatives, a state will have 1 and possibly 2 senators who remain in office. In part because of its smaller size and longer tenure of its members, the Senate's leadership structure is weaker than that of the House. The Vice President is officially the leader of the Senate and is responsible to cast the deciding vote when the Senate is tied. However, this contingency rarely occurs, and the Vice President is rarely needed in the Senate. Because of this, the Vice President often attends to other duties, delegating the supervision of the Senate to another senator, known as the President pro tempore. As a result of this arrangement, leadership tends to flow along party lines, with both the majority and minority parties selecting majority and minority leaders, respectively. In committees, power also tends to be more evenly distributed. The egalitarian nature of the Senate is on full display on the floor, where decisions to consider legislation require unanimous consent, and a single senator can stop legislative action, continuously talking for an extended period of time, a practice known as filibustering. The House, on the other hand, embodies strong leadership. The Speaker of the House, selected by the majority party and voted on by the House as a whole, wields tremendous power. Majority and minority leaders are also selected in the House, as are whips, party-loyal individuals who are tasked with monitoring party members and ensuring that they vote in line with their party's wishes. Floor debates in the House are heavily regulated and quite short, and a single member cannot stop debate by filibuster, as one could in the Senate. Constitutionally, the House and Senate have unique responsibilities too. The House must initiate all revenue bills. Additionally, only the House can initiate and pass or defeat articles of impeachment. On the other hand, the Senate has the responsibility of trying impeached officials, ratifying or rejecting treaties,